It's our intention. Our intention is everything. Nothing happens on this planet without it. Not one single thing has ever been accomplished without intention.
Hello and welcome. Jim Carrey is one of Hollywood's biggest and most beloved stars. From the stand-up stages of Canada to the breakout sketch comedy hit In Living Color, this award-winning actor has become one of Hollywood's most bankable stars, thanks to a string of blockbuster films that began with Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Jim Carrey is a talented actor, comedian, and impressionist. He went through his fair share of struggles before making it to the big screen. Through the years, Jim Carrey had to learn to build a door when opportunity didn't knock. Most of us just need to create our opportunities. It's simple enough to take matters in your hands and build a door, but the process is not easy and is full of many obstacles.
I'm ready to go in, Coach. Just give me a chance. I know there's a lot riding on it, but it's all psychological.
You have to learn to overcome your fears and self-doubt. Getting out of your comfort zone is the biggest lesson along the way, but every effort brings you closer to new opportunities. Until you find the courage to venture beyond your vision, you aren't able to grow or succeed. Don't fear being judged. You'll find people who will discourage you and try to hold you back, but keep working toward your goal. Failures should be taken as a learning experience. You'll become stronger, wiser, and more resilient by overcoming challenges. Jim Carrey has a fulfilling career because he never gave up. And when opportunity didn't knock, he learned to build a door. He chose not to listen to the people who doubted him. Instead, he worked on perfecting his craft. Like Jim Carrey, build your door and it will open to possibilities.
I'm just making a conscious choice to perceive challenges as something beneficial so that I can deal with them in the most productive way. It's our intention. Our intention is everything. Nothing happens on this planet without it. Not one single thing has ever been accomplished without intention. I started thinking about my life, and I started thinking about this conference and what we're about, and I looked back and I thought, I was two people my whole life. I was in the living room entertaining people, being a monkey, doing my thing for the company and trying to relieve my mother who was suffering. She had rheumatoid arthritis and phlebitis and everything under the sun that was nagging at her, and she was depressed, and I wanted her to be free, and I wanted her to realize her life was worth something because she gave birth to someone who was worth something. And then I would go into my room and I would sit with a legal pad. I was a little kid, and I would sit there and I would try to figure out what it meant, what it was all about. Why are we here? What is this? But that kind of pain turns some people, as we've seen lately, into monsters, and others into fountains of creativity. Chaplin alchemized his pain, turned it into art, exquisite, timeless, healing art. Very few people know that the tramp character's funny walk was because he had worn through the soles of his shoes. He was in pain and trying to avoid the blisters, trying to stay off his feet. Without empathy like that, this character would never have existed. Without empathy, we won't either. Criticized capitalism without a conscience. And that's what we have now. We have capitalism without a conscience. He showed the common man being fed through gears of the brutal, dehumanizing industrial age. He took on the American right wing of his day, its worst evils: hatred of immigrants, contempt for the truth, greed, and the abuse of power. We are fighting those same evils today. Who've been dedicated to it for years, for decades. How dare they besmirch those people? You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all there will ever be is what's happening here, in the decisions we make in this moment, which are based in either love or fear. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it. I can tell you from experience, the effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that that was possible for him. And so he made a conservative choice. Instead, he got a safe job as an accountant. And when I was 12 years old, he was let go from that safe job, and our family had to do whatever we could to survive. I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. We are babysat by the television. We're taught how to think by the television. That's the dangerous thing about what's going on right now. There are generations growing up right now who are learning to lie, that lying is okay, that you're supposed to hate half the country. You know? And if anything, we've got to get back to a place where we realize that a vote is not who you are. You know, and because you voted Republican, you're not stupid, you're not different, you're not worthless. You know, I could break bread with anybody who voted for Trump. Love being hit by lightning. You know, I mean, this is about a gentleman whose heart is so big and his approach is so authentic that it's undeniable when you come in contact with him. Your girlfriend's a little bit borderline personality and she's, you know, a narcissist and whatever. And I said, well, maybe if I just, you know, find a different way to intellectualize or get used to what she's saying, and I could, you know, my comebacks would be different, and I could just accept the fact she's gonna be a dick every once in a while. Please do try for a week to ignore and not react to these